Hi guys, this is surveying fieldwork number 2, and we will first discuss the definition of taping. Taping is a form of measuring horizontal distances using a steel tape, which is more precise than pacing. So, taping usually have a relative precision of 1:3,000 and 1:5,000. So taping is usually more accurate on the smooth surface rather than the rough surface. And this is usually done by taping on even ground or uneven ground. Here are the materials needed for taping. This includes range pole, steel tape, which is 50 meters, 2 plumb bobs, marking pins, or chalk. We have now completed the basics of taping, so let's now proceed on the procedure. Number 1. The professor assigns the accessible and unobstructed course to be measured by the surveyor on a level ground. Number 2. Mark the end points by a chalk if it is on pavement or by a marking pin if it is on soft ground, and designate it as endpoints A and B. Number 3. A range pole man holds the pole vertically and steadily during the entire taping procedure at B to keep the complete taping process aligned and straightened. Number 4. The tape is stretched out on the ground on the straight path along A to B where the zero end is held ahead. Note that the zero end is nearer B than A. The rear tape man is responsible for giving the signal to the front tape man if his path is straight, while the front tape man is responsible to pull the tape taut once the tape is aligned already. Number 5. The front tape man gets a pin and sticks it vertically in the ground exactly opposite the 0 meter mark of the tape. Number 6. The rear tape man holds 1 pin and the rest of the pin, which is a total of 10 pins, are held by the front tape man.
Both the front and the rear tape man lift simultaneously the tape and move forward along the line AB to measure the next tape length. By now, the rear tape man holds 1 marking pin, which signifies 1 tape length. The procedure 4 to 6 is repeated to complete the next tape length measurement. Make sure that the rear tape man pulls the pin before lifting the tape to move on the next tape length. The rear tape man holds 2 marking pins to connote 2 tape lengths have been measured. Repeat the same process until all pins being held by the front tape man have been used up, which signifies all 1 tally. 1 tally is equal to 10 lengths. After a tally has been accomplished, the rear tape man returns all the 10 pins to the front tape man to proceed in measuring the length of the course. Note, 1 round is when all 10 pins are now being held by the rear tape man. Repeat the same procedure if more than 1 tally is needed. Upon reaching point B, the partial length must be measured accurately up to the centimeters by the next tape man, while the front tape man is holding the O mark at B and both of them are holding the tape taut. The number of small pebbles in the rear tape man's pocket now indicate the number of tallies made, and the number of pins in his possession indicates the number of additional tape lengths. This is recorded in Table 2.1, taping over smooth or level ground. To compute for the total distance, get the total number of full tape lengths and then add the partial tape length to the product of the length of the full tape length and the total number of the full tape lengths.
To compute for the mean distance, determine the sum of total distance, then divide the sum by the number of trials. To get the relative precision, determine the probable error of the mean, then divide by mean distance, and reduce the numerator to unity to determine the relative precision. The same course is measured, but this time, the tape will be unsupported by the ground and must be held an eye level distance above the ground. Both the rear and the front tape man hold a plumb line over the center of the hub. The front tape man must hold his plumb line an arm length away from his body for the rear tape man to clearly see if it is aligned in the range pole at B. Once the rear tape man approves the alignment, the front tape man holding the 0 mark pulls the tape dot and drops plumb bob on the ground. This will mark the ground with a dent to guide the front tape man where he must place his marking pin.
This is to be done continuously until point B is reached. Note that the partial length must also be measured as in procedure A. The course is measured back and forth to complete the number of trials required by the professor. Then tabulate the data in table 2.2 taping over at even ground. After tabulating the data, compute for the total distance, the mean distance, the probable error of the mean, and lastly, the relative precision of the mean. That's it, guys. That's the end of Surveying Fieldwork 2, and I hope you enjoyed our tutorial.